Accordance's web browser. This podcast is at the basic level. It requires no knowledge of Accordance Bible software, Hebrew, or Greek. Accordance recently added an internal web browser to its list of features. We've always touted the fact our users don't have to be connected to the internet in order to work. So how does this fit our mission? Very well, in fact. Our customers still don't have to connect to the internet to work. However, when they are, Accordance's web browser offers them additional advantages. Here's how Accordance's internal web browser works. We can open a new browser tab in several different ways. First, we can use the menu, File, New Tab, Web Browser. Alternately, we can use the plus button in the pane header and select the web browser. Either will open the Accordance web page, which just coincidentally gives us a chance to remind you about the current sale. Another way to open the web page from within Accordance is to click a URL link, like this one for biblicaltraining.org. Now, the controls on the Accordance browser are rather simple. The familiar search entry box is used to enter the internet address. In this case, it was entered automatically. In addition, there were forward and back arrows to navigate among recent websites, a refresh button, an arrow to open the web page in our default web browser instead of Accordance, and a recycle button. The Accordance browser does not include a toolbar, a place to add bookmarks, or a history of sites accessed. The reason is we're attempting to limit the temptation to use it to surf the web instead of studying the Bible. The big advantage of having our own browser is that users don't have to leave Accordance to access the internet. That will be a big plus for access to Accordance's help, for instance, links to further Accordance training, and entrance into Accordance's very active community of users. We also have a number of other resources in Accordance that access internet resources through URL links, like some of our manuscript images. Remember this clip from a previous podcast? We can also directly open a URL in any Accordance tool, like this one in this collection of manuscript images. Once on the web page, we can then choose any word, like this Greek word, and search our Accordance resources for it. This feature poses another interesting question. What else could I do in Accordance's internal web browser? Let's consider some additional tasks, all related in some way to biblical studies. The following suggestions are in no way complete. They're designed to help spur your own creative ideas. We could use the Accordance browser to visit our scholarly websites. Here's a sample of just a few of the ones in English: the Society of Biblical Literature, the Biblical Archaeology Society, the International Association for the History of Religions, the American Academy of Religion, the American Schools of Oriental Research, and the American Society of Church History. Now, for access to members-only resources, Accordance's web browser won't import our usernames or passwords from other web browsers, but it does remember our information after the first login. For those of us doing academic research, we can use Accordance's browser to access research websites like Perseus or the abridged TLG. Let's also not forget our own institution's online library or MetaLink sites like Mark Goodacre's New Testament Gateway or the similar site Old Testament Gateway. In addition, remember that many schools offer special online access privileges to their graduates, so be sure to check with your own alma mater. For our teaching professors, ever consider managing your online courses in Accordance? We can now access Blackboard or Moodle, which is very helpful if our courses there happen to be in biblical studies. Assigned a new course prep? How about consulting Wabash University's The Syllabus Collection with its 1,800 syllabi for different religious and theological courses? Have a student submit a suspicious-looking paper? We can even check for plagiarism on Turnitin.com. Need to connect with ministry resources for your sermon prep? Stay in touch with your denomination's emphasis, your branch's current initiatives, or even a particular liturgical calendar. CT Pastors offers more practical advice, while the Religion News Service will keep us up to date with church events around the world. What kinds of ministry resource sites do you use? What if we need a Bible study or a sermon, but don't want to create one? Accordance's browser can help us find one. Consider bookmarking Accordance's Lighting the Lamp channel at Vimeo. We've already mentioned biblicaltraining.org. How about the Reformed site Third Millennium, which offers Bible studies in multiple languages? Right Now Media has become very popular with many churches, which can subscribe to its content for their members, and even allows subscribers to filter Bible studies by doctrine. There's also the free sermonindex.net and the various iTunes podcast series produced by the Center for the Study of New Testament Manuscripts. In short, there's a host of resources out there. Why view these sites in Accordance rather than using our regular browser? Good question. Let me see if I can answer it. Let's say we're checking our news feeds in the Accordance browser. We find that archaeologists have just discovered a seal with Isaiah's name on it. We can then select any word, place, topic, or scripture reference in the article, right-click on it, and search for it in an Accordance resource. In this case, we just search the ESV for all the places it mentions Hezekiah. Of course, there are a lot of other possibilities in Accordance. Search In allows us to search in any one of our texts. Look Up offers us shortcuts to our default dictionary, commentary, the Accordance Atlas, and the Accordance Timeline. Research checks every relevant data field in every resource in any library folder, including all texts, and all tools. My Workspaces searches in any of our saved workspaces, and My Groups allows us to search any single resource in any of our custom groups. Finally, Share even lets us connect with others and share what we've discovered with friends. Now that we've whetted your appetite for internet resources, where can we save our favorite URL links? Actually, we can do so in any of our Accordance user-created content features: Paper, User Notes, or User Tools. Personally, I think it's easier to organize information in a user tool, so that's what I'd recommend. Here's a screenshot of my own user tool, which I've called My URLs. On the right is the Accordance Forums webpage I opened from it. To add or edit a link in a user tool, open the Edit window, then click this button. Once this dialog box opens, select Web URL, paste the link in the link box, type the display text, then click OK. Done! We at Accordance trust you will enjoy this new feature, and I hope this podcast has given you some good ideas on how to use it. Let Accordance's internal web browser enhance your own study of the Bible. This has been Dr. J for Accordance Bible Software. Thank you for watching this episode of Lighting the Lamp.